T-shirt, pants, hoodie, and hat. What do these four things have in common? Well, if you said they all work together to make me look like I don't care what I look like every single day, then you'd be right. But what if I told you that that was the point? You see, over the last couple of years, I've gotten rid of a majority of my clothing and scientifically researched the best garments to build what experts are calling the perfect minimalist wardrobe. I'm calling it that. And that's what matters. Nearly every single day of the year, I look pretty much exactly the same. It's some simple combination of pants, shirts, fleeces, and sometimes a hat. Me from 4 years ago would probably call me today boring, lame, flavorless, and uninspired. To which I would respond, oh, if you only knew my young, graphic tee, skinny-ass pant-loving self. Goodness gracious, I mean, who even is that? Like the tech overlords and lizards in Silicon Valley, my minimal wardrobe helps me streamline my mornings and even save mental capacity for more pressing things, like cooking or even getting lost in deep thought. If you're new here, hello, my name is Sean. I am obsessed with finding the easiest ways to optimize your day so that you can begin living a happier and healthier life. And if you're old here, hello, welcome back. I appreciate you being here. You look nice. Probably. I don't know. You're probably wearing something good. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why minimizing your closet can actually help you be more effective, efficient, productive, and ultimately happier, almost effortlessly. After that, I'm going to walk you through my personal minimal wardrobe of pieces that I wear pretty much every single day of the year, including a pair of pants that I've been wearing for going on 5 years now. And lastly, at the end of the video, I wanted to give you 3 super easy, super actionable tips that'll help you hopefully build a minimal wardrobe that works for you. With that out of the way, I am super excited to make this video. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I'm very glad that you're here watching it. So let's get right into it. Steve Jobs is iconic for a number of things, like obviously founding the largest company in the literal world, giving this 12-year-old kid a device on which to listen to Lose Yourself by Eminem at full volume at 7:30 a.m. on the way to school, and also wearing the exact same thing pretty much every single day. But precisely how Steve Jobs arrived at that exact outfit is something that not everybody knows. His love for the neck-hugging black sweater can be traced back to a trip to Japan in the 1980s. Jobs was meeting with Akio Morita, the CEO of Sony at the time. Touring the factory, Jobs noticed that all of the workers were wearing the same exact thing, a uniform. He learned that after World War II, most people in Japan just didn't have clothes to wear to work. Sony provided garments for the workers to wear that prioritized not only functionality, but a signature look and even camaraderie among the workers. Feeling inspired, Steve Jobs got in contact with Issei Miyake, the designer of Sony's work uniform, who eventually designed Jobs' signature black turtleneck. It's Miyake we have to thank for spurring Jobs' proclivity for wearing the same thing every single day. A simple, uniformed approach is something that we can all take into consideration when it comes to getting dressed and even cutting down on the amount of clothes that we own. You see, it's estimated that the average human being makes about 35,000 decisions every single day. And according to scientists, that's about 24 decisions per minute. We are constantly being inundated with things to decide on, things to think about, thanks to that little box of internet placed in your pockets by none other than Steve Jobs. How ironic is that? Making this many decisions every single day is a huge factor and a huge contributor to that sad, burnt-out feeling that you might be familiar with at the end of every single day. I mean, compare our 35,000 decisions that we make per day with what our Paleolithic ancestors probably concerned themselves with on a daily basis. If you can make a simple switch and remove the decision of what you're going to wear in the morning, then you're one step closer to not losing your mind when you're trying to decide what you want at a coffee shop.
You're not God or my father or my boss.
Okay, now in a second, I'm going to be talking about the most rugged pair of pants that I can't seem to take off, the hoodies that when you wear them, you'd swear you're just being hugged, a crewneck sweater that'll make you rethink your definition of the word soft. But before we get to that, we got to start with the basics. T-shirts. Pretty much everything I own, clothing-wise, goes together. It's all fairly neutral and works really nicely aesthetic-wise and gives me a pretty wide range of options. Now, just because I wear the same exact outfit every single day doesn't mean I wear the same garments every day. The different possibilities of combinations despite the truncated amount of clothes I have are what give my wardrobe variation. Before we get to the pants and the sweatshirts and the crewnecks and the jackets, we gotta start with the t-shirts that I'll swear by until the day that I die. Put that on my tombstone. My tees of choice are the oversized Airism tees by Uniqlo. I found them during the pandemic, and I haven't stopped wearing them since. They are moisture and odor wicking. They are relatively inexpensive for the actual quality and the product that you're getting. I think it's a pretty good price. They have wrinkle-free technology in them, which I have no idea what that is, but it's great for those of us who like to leave our clean laundry on the bed and avoid folding them for 3 to 5 business days. I like the uniqueness of the slightly longer sleeves, as well as the fit in general of the tee. It hangs really nicely off my body and makes it way less apparent that I don't work out as often as I should. I realistically have about 7 or 8 of these tees that I rotate through, making them the obvious and easy choice to just grab and go. For pants, I have a few staples that I rotate through quite often, but one of the pairs is my absolute favorite, and you'll see why in just a second. I have a pair of Levi's 502s. This was my first introduction and sort of departure from the skinny jeaned era. They're classic, timeless, easy to wear, and most importantly, don't cut off my circulation to my feet, which is a huge plus. Next, I have this pair of chino pants by Levi's as well. They're a lighter weight pant and they're easy to dress up or down. I found that chinos and other pants of this nature are just a great and easy and effortless way to elevate pretty much any outfit you're wearing. Next up are my most favorite pair of black pants. I've had this pair for about 5 years now, and the pair before that I had for 3 years before I had to get them replaced. These are the Lululemon ABC pant. If you haven't heard of these before, ABC stands for anti-ball crushing. I wish I was making that up, but that's literally what it is. They designed these pants to have a little bit of extra room in that area for added comfort. It literally feels like jeans to the touch, but it stretches like a damn rubber band. I mean, look at these high kicks. I can do kicks for days. I'll talk a little bit more about these pants by the end of the video and why, if you're going to buy anything from this video, it should be these pants. And lastly, I have a single pair of ASRV's high rib joggers. These pants make me feel way cooler than I actually am in real life. They fit so nicely and make me feel vaguely athletic. These joggers are super versatile. I find myself wearing them most often when I'm around the house or even traveling. I love a good crew neck sweatshirt. They are simple, easy wearing garments that go with pretty much anything if you get the right ones. My crew neck sweatshirts of choice come from Abercrombie and Fitch. That's right, you don't have to be a hot model with 6-pack abs to wear Abercrombie. I am living proof. These crew necks have a great fit. Some of them are pre-washed, which gives them an awesome, more broken in, sort of vintage feel. I also have 1 or 2 thicker crew neck sweatshirts from a brand called Only NY. They do a line of premium basics every single year, and they're the perfect crew neck sweatshirts. I almost hate that I'm about to tell you what my favorite hoodies are because I don't want anyone else to have them. I want only me to have them. I only mean about 50% of that. You can get them if you want. These are the essential popover hoodies from Abercrombie as well. I've searched far and wide for the perfect hoodie and stopped searching when I found these. They're the perfect fit for my viciously average, nothing to write home about build, and so incredibly soft. One of my favorite things about the essential popover hoodie is actually the hood itself. It's actually constructed so that it nicely seals off the rest of your head when you're wearing it, which helps tremendously on those colder, windier days. The way the hood gently caresses my cheek also goes a long way in making me feel like and truly believe that things are just going to be okay. They're great, and I find myself coming back to these 3 colors that range from dark to light. I also have a thicker one from Only NY from the same Premium Basics collection from a couple of years ago that has a similar fit. In terms of button-ups, I really just have one that I find myself coming back to. This is also from Abercrombie & Fitch. It is a simple black button-up that has this cool pre-washed feel that feels vintage, and it feels like it's been worn or feels like I picked it up at a thrift shop. It is just a very comfortable garment that is also easy to layer with hoodies and things that are under it. Throwing on this simple collared shirt is a great way to elevate pretty much any fit. For jackets, I have this really simple everyday jacket from Abercrombie as well. It's simple enough to pop over a crew neck or a hoodie, or you can just wear a t-shirt under it because it is that warm. It also has water resistant fabric as well as wind resistance. If it's really cold outside, I have this North Face puffer, which makes me look like a burnt marshmallow with legs, but it truly is like wearing a furnace. It is so warm. It is unbeatably warm. I wore it to Portland, Maine in the dead of winter and didn't feel a thing. For shoes, I keep it nice and simple with a pair of white Vans. I wear the white leather slip-ons. It's just such a simple silhouette and a shoe that you can pretty much wear year-round. Simple, that's the key. It's a nice looking shoe. It's just a default shoe. For hats, I rotate through about 3 different hats that all have a variety of different fits and functions. I love a dad cap to match the dad bod that I'm developing. It's a nice unstructured cap that can easily pack away in a bag if I'm traveling. It also complements my unique and frustratingly egg-shaped head. I have a couple from Portland Gear, which is the company that I work for, including this water-resistant one that we made, which is one of my personal favorites. Sometimes I'll also wear a 5-panel hat for a little bit of variance. Same deal, still unstructured, just a little bit of a different fit. And lastly, I have an A-frame hat, which is a fit that I've grown more and more fond of recently. It's just a nice shape. Now, whether or not this seems like a little or a lot through the lens of minimalism, one thing is for certain. I use 100% of these clothes. Unlike my wardrobe before, each and every item in my closet has a specific use, purpose, look, and feel that helps me minimize the amount of time I spend trying to decide on what to wear every single morning. It has taken me years to get my closet down to these few keystone pieces that I use every single day, and honestly, it is a iterative process. We'll touch on that in just a second, but for now, I want to go over 3 things that I wish I knew when I was becoming a clothing minimalist. Tip number 1 is assess. Lay out all the clothes that you already have. Categorize them by type, fit, whatever you'd like, and then be absolutely cutthroat when it comes to getting rid of stuff. I personally think that the clothes that you own should serve you through comfort, function, and confidence. And if the garments you have don't satisfy at least 2 of those things, maybe it's time to move on. Tip number 2 is to define what you want. The most important thing to keep in mind here is to keep it simple. Remember, you're not trying to impress anyone. You're just trying to make the beginning of your day that much easier by removing the friction between deciding what you have to wear and just putting on the clothes that you love. In my opinion, that's what getting dressed should be. It should be easy, it should be fun, it should be simple. So get rid of any clothes that cause any unneeded friction when it comes to pairing things together. Lastly, tip number 3 is to invest in quality. Obviously do this where and when you can, but when you do, make sure you do your research on the garments that you're investing in. This one is huge and maybe the most important to me, not only when it comes to building a minimalist wardrobe, but maintaining a minimalist wardrobe. I could have easily gone to H&M and gotten a pair of black jeans that fit all right for probably half the price. But I opted to spend double or even triple the price of H&M jeans for a pair of pants that'll literally last until the next ice age. You don't need to quote me on that. I'm not actually a scientist. Do your own research on clothes and garments that fit your own personal needs, and then find the highest quality ones, and within reason, invest in them. By building a wardrobe with those 3 things in mind, you'll find it difficult to not build a minimalist wardrobe that you absolutely love. Finding the perfect wardrobe is an ever-changing process for me, and I'm guessing it is for you too, judging by how you're watching this video right now. It's okay to go through maximalist and minimalist phases. I think that's human nature. It all comes down to what your priorities are. I mean, if you want to step out of the house looking like a Jackson Pollock painting that had a kid with David Bowie, then be my guest. If you want to go full Zuck and buy 25 of the same gray t-shirt with the hopes that people will stop thinking that you're a robot, nobody's stopping you.
Smoking meats, grilling meats, good smoky flavor.
Or if you want to find a middle ground wardrobe full of versatility, function, and comfort while still keeping a minimalist approach to getting dressed, then I hope you feel inspired and more than welcome to. As long as your wardrobe ultimately frees up your decision-making ability, you're headed the right direction towards building a life filled with only the most important things. In fact, I would love to know what closet staples you keep coming back to, so let me know in the comments below. With that out of the way, I hope you have a newer perspective on the clothes that you already own and a little bit more knowledge on how, and more importantly, why it's important to cut down on the garments that you have. I really do appreciate you being here. If you liked this video, there's actually a button for that. It's the like button, and it would really help me out if you pressed it. And if you loved this video, there's also a button for that. It says subscribe, and I would also love it if you press that one. Thanks so much for being here. I hope this helped. And remember, keep scrolling mindfully.